Hi, my name is Lucy Trueman. I'm an organisational psychologist and founder of Trueman Change. Welcome to Psychology Fridays, which is where we pick a topic every Friday and make a quick video about it for people to think about as they're going through change programs in their workplace and how they might bring some of this psychology theory into that. So today's topic is the transfer of learning. So I'm not an educational specialist, and I'm sure there will be lots of people in my network who are professional trainers and who do this for a living. So please do feel free to chip in with your words of wisdom. But what is transfer of learning? So basically, when we take somebody into a context where we want them to learn something, so whether that is a conference or a training course or a team away day, how do we make sure that they transfer that learning back into the workplace? And I bet almost everybody listening to this video has been on some sort of training event that they really enjoyed and had a lovely day, but didn't necessarily change anything when they got back into their workplace. So what do we do to make sure that the transfer of learning exists? So unfortunately, the bad news is there isn't necessarily a super clear works every time approach to this, but here are three things that I think that it's worth thinking about. So if you are removing your staff from the workplace, it doesn't have to be physically, it can just be in a meeting or in a space or a workshop. Have a think about how you make sure it goes back. So number one is make sure that everybody that's involved is aware of the purpose, so they can be reflecting on it in terms of this is why we're here, so that we can tackle this problem or so that we can change this back at the ranch. So make sure people have that awareness. The second is to use a variety of methods in your teaching or your workshop. So make sure that you are making the connection there into the practical day-to-day stuff. So I know here I am talking about psychology theories, but the art is to do some of the theory, but also to really explore how that does go back into the workplace. So using things like case studies, simulations, things that help people to really apply that learning while they're still at the training session is really valuable. And the third thing is engagement. And I feel like this is something I talk about in many different contexts, but having a session where people are actively engaged and they are asking questions, they are reflecting, they are getting involved, not just sitting and being talked at, is hugely powerful too. So they're my top three tips. Do feel free to add your own underneath as well in the comments, because I do think it's something that's really important and it is something I'm particularly passionate about. So when we are investing that time in learning, in development, in team building, how do we make sure we transfer it back into the workplace? See you next week.